Hello guys, my name is Pascal, a student at Vouch Initiative International, and today I'm going to be presenting on a project. So a few months back, I was trying to create a website that uses the GitHub API. If you don't know what that is, this is it. And what I had to do is, I had to go through all of these, most of it, and take the data and put it into my own website. And that task became very tedious because all the text over here is very clamped up and I can't really understand what I'm trying to do. So I created Json Visualizer, and it's a web app that is used to turn our JSON file or endpoint into a presentable, more readable fashion. So a test run, fetch. So our JSON goes here, and then we get our results over here. And over here it gives us the type, the key, and then the value of that object or item inside the object. So now a little bit about Visual JSON or Json Visualizer. It was primarily made to make it easier for me to understand the JSON I'm using and make it easier for me to develop websites and other stuff. And then the stack used in it was React Next.js, which is a framework for React, Tailwind CSS for styling, and Post CSS. So that would just help me integrate the Tailwind CSS with Next.js. Now, currently we are on version 1.0.0, so there are not that much features, but the features we have right now are the JSON data fetch, which is the one here. We enter the URL here, and then we just press this button so we can access or fetch the data. And this is only a GET request. There's no post, put, delete, or anything like that. Then we also have a mini IDE, which is this space over here. Right now I can't type anything into it until I select this. That is going to be allow me to write to the file, and I can also use this to wrap the text. So now I can use it as if it were an IDE like Visual Studio. Give that the value. And then I can run it, and the data will be here. And then we also have the data visualizer, which is the panel over here, and then the theme, so I can toggle between light and dark theme just because it's a nice feature to have. So in future versions of this project, I'm going to probably surely have a finder, so I can make a quick search over here to find the data I want to access. And then there's also going to be improved mini IDE and the Sudo code generator. Now, how that's going to work is the panels here, we can I'll add a button to the side where you can click it, and to add it to the list of things you want to access. Then there will be another panel where all the code of the things you have accessed or want to access will be displayed as a code, either JavaScript, Python, or any other compatible language. Then there's also going to be a XML parser, file upload and saving, so I can send JSON files from my local PC to the website and so forth. One thing to also say about this project is it has a service worker, so I can just run this website as if it were an application on my PC. So if this is your first time going to the website, there'll be, I think, let me see, there will be a button like this where you can click it and you install the website as an application. So after that, you just click this and then to run it on my PC like this. A good thing to note about this is, since it has a service worker and is a progressive web app, it can work on mobile, and also I can use it while I'm offline. So if I disconnect right now, you can see I'm offline. I can still use this normally. Run it and I'll still get my results. The only feature, however, that does not work offline is the data fetching, because the data is on a remote server, but probably if you are fetching it from your PC, I'm sure that will work out just fine. Okay, so right now we are going to have a little look into the code of the website. So I head over to my GitHub repository. Yeah. Let me clone that to my PC. Change directory into that and then open it in code, Visual Studio. Now over here we have the configuration files and then the pages, components, and some other stuff here. It wasn't that big a project, but here you can see almost the entire source code written in JavaScript. Okay, so now we are going to create our own website application with the project. So we'll see how easier it makes data fetching. So I want to get some data from the GitHub API again. So I just copy the URL, go to Visual JSON, paste it there, and fetch. Then I run this, wait for a while, and then we get the data and everything in it. So now I'm going to use this to create our own project. So over here in VS Code, I have a simple boilerplate or template, so it helps me get started on the project. So let's say we want to access, each one from this. So every array, it's an array. So every object in it, and then we want to access the name of the project and also the number of stars. Let me just scroll down. Okay, clone URL and the clone URLs. Yeah. So I can just do a simple for loop. Data.net type class console.log. Now Copilot has already generated most of this for me, so let me close this and run it and see what I get. So right now we are getting the names of every single project, and that was very easy. So let me compare that with finding it with the actual API. So if I wanted to find the name, I have to scroll I have to scroll down and then look for which type it is. This is an object, so then okay, the name is right here. But what if I was looking for something else like stargazer? I have to scroll down and look through all of these to filter out which one is a stargazer. Whilst over here, it will be easier for me to understand and know what I'm after because of these icons beside it. So I know that this is a string and I'm looking for a name, which is obviously a string, so it's be among one of these. Okay, so now we add the clone URL. Just copy this, paste, and clone underscore URL. If you run this, sorry, clone. Okay, so we get the name and then the URL, and then we can use it for something in our own project. Maybe we want to insert it into a DOM of your HTML file or something. That is how Visual JSON works.